else can we do? So again, this is a pillowcase. So what we've done is now we've put a pocket here. So what we've got here is your condom pocket.
Absolutely.
So what we're doing now is we're practicing safe sex, but we're still stylish. And we've saved time. Because in the peak of the moment, you might do something very, very silly.
Right,
and we've all been there.
Can we just,
do you understand?
Let's take
So we must keep on growing daily. So we must keep on growing daily. Don't let tribulations drive you crazy.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are joined by Grow Daily, the #1 platform for personal development and growth. And today is the first episode of our brand new series, which goes by the name of One to Watch. And we are joined with the legend, and again, there's something that you will understand towards the end of this interview, the man behind Mr Duvets and My Duvets, that is Sipo, and he is today's One to Watch. How are you today, bro?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me, definitely.
Good. No worries, bro. At the end of the day, this is all about a conversation worth having, and just from a brief chat we've had, I definitely know this is one that's going to be worth having.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I mean, to give it to them from my point of view, I mean, we came across each other via business and via business venture, which we'll get on to speak to shortly.
Yeah.
And as soon as we spoke, the first thing I could tell straight away was this guy switched on.
Yeah.
This guy's got a mindset which is just destined for success, and just the vocabulary you use, the confidence in your aim for your brand. Let's start with the basics for those who don't necessarily know anything about Mr Duvets, My Duvets. What is it in a nutshell?
So this is a platform basically where you can customize your bedding online. So My Duvets, you can go online, we've built a software and things like that where you can go online and personalize it to your own taste. You can add images, you can add your own name and things like that. Then again, Mr Duvets is more kind of luxury, high end, where we've got different thread counts and things like that. So in a nutshell, that's what we do. We specialize in luxury bedding and customization.
Cool. I think it's just something that is very, I would say, out of the ordinary, out of the box, especially from a young guy. I mean, compliment, take it.
Yeah.
A young guy who definitely seems like he's very much in the know of what's going on in the modern world, and it's just not, let's say, a quote unquote hustle that everyone would think of. So
yeah.
What was the story behind it? I mean, what did you wake up one day and think, okay, I'm gonna start? How did we get here?
Well, I've got a property background.
Okay.
So we all know property bedding goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
you buy a new house, you need new bedding for your new bed. You rent a new house, you need new bedding for your new bed. But what it is for me is, whoever knows me knows that I like to be slightly different when I do my thing. So I like it to be kind of separate from the rest. So we all know that bed sheets are boring. You wouldn't take pride in your bed sheets to a degree. You'll more want to wear, I don't know, fashionable stuff on the road. I don't know, Louboutins, Gucci, whatever. When it comes to your bed sheets, straight Primark. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
true.
What it is now for me is that I thought, nah, we can take this and we could do something different with it. So what it was, anytime I'd sell a house or rent a house, I thought there must be something else I can add on, because, you know, I'm a bit greedy. I want money. Do you understand? We're out here, we're hustling. So I thought bed sheets, but how am I going to do the bed sheets? So I've done a bit of research and things like that, saved up a few pennies I had. Next minute, you know, I'm in China at a couple factories, things like that. Got to connect in China, come back, never looked back since. But in regards to that, the bed sheets that I was getting initially were just plain bed sheets. So I thought, let me kind of add my name and quirk it up a bit, add different colours and things like that, and personalise it to my taste, to where it's unique to me. And then that's the difference, that with My Duvets, hence why we got to the name My Duvets, because it's my duvet. You know, you've customised it, now it's yours. So unless we do kind of like a wholesale of a design or things like that, you have got your own duvet, which nobody else would actually have. So with that being said, you know, gone on a plane, went to China, got to connect, come back, never looked back since. And then from there, we've just kind of bubbled along and things like that, to where we've saved up again, got our own machines now, so everything's done in-house in the UK. In regards to that, people started calling me Mr Duvets because I sell My Duvets. And then that's how the name Mr Duvets kind of, you know, worked out. Then from then, you know, people started asking me if I, you know, if I have silk, if I have Egyptian cotton and things like that. That's something I had to research again. Once I researched that, I then got into that, and then now we have it. We got Mr Duvets and we got My Duvets, balancing each other out.
Cool. I mean, one thing that we like to do here is we like to go a lot deeper, and you said a few things that I think is quite interesting. So let's go back. I mean, you said that you started in property.
Yes.
So how did that start for you?
So with that, I had a few kind of, because I used to play football as well.
Okay.
So at a stage in my life, I was playing professional and semi-professional football. So I had a lot of good people around me
Okay.
that were looking for houses or were selling houses and things like that. So literally, middleman, connect the dot. You make a phone call. He's looking for a house to buy. Cool,
Yeah.
I've got a 2-bed. That's it. Before you know it, I'm an agent. So I'm working for
Okay.
myself. Then after that, I started working with kind of the bigger developers like Barrett London, Berkeley Homes in the new build sector and things like that. So after that's happened, I thought, well, there must be something else we can add on. After I get my
Yeah.
commission, what else is there? You know?
So was you, sorry to interject, so was you pretty much selling on behalf of Berkeley Homes, for example?
on behalf of Berkeley Homes
Okay.
and Barrett London as well, yeah.
So literally the middle, like you literally lived up to the middleman and you was just putting A and B together and always being
A and B together, and then with Barrett Homes, I worked for them for a period of time as well.
Okay.
So I was actually a rep for them for Barrett, and then
Okay.
selling the homes on behalf of Barrett as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then from there, how did you get into, so obviously you sat there and you thought there's more that I could add towards this whole package, and
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant concept that you thought of bed sheets, because there's so many other parts of the furniture people would think of before you got to bed sheets.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it about? I mean, look, you're a businessman. It obviously is some level of financial gain. What was it about the bed sheets itself that took you there, and not lampshades, not sofas, not TV units?
Well, to say that, I'm slightly doing a bit of interior design as well.
Okay.
So I've been lucky enough, like my first project that I had to do was a 7-bed, 7-bath mansion, £10 million house in Bishop's Avenue. So I've been lucky enough to do that and kind of test my interior design skills out there. I'm not an interior designer, far from it, but I know how to put things together so it works.
Yeah.
I know how to dress. You know, so it works.
We
I can
can
put,
see that, bro.
you know,
We can
I can
see
put
that.
a couple bits and pieces together to make it work. So it's just the same with your bedroom. You put different pieces together to make it work. Interior design, you put different pieces. You put, I don't know, a grey lampshade with a hint of blue, with a hint of grey to bring out that particular room for that particular client. But it's just about playing around with different things to get to your kind of end result. So
Where would you say it was, and this may be going back to a very young age, it may be going to teenage, only you'll know, where it was that you realised you had that creativity? And I'll tell you why I say that. I'm terrible at interior design.
Yeah.
So when it comes to matching my sofa with the TV unit, I don't have a clue. I
Call
just
me.
thought they were meant to match. Yeah, well, exactly. So where was it in your life that you felt that you have a creative bone in your body? Because you obviously are a creative person.
I would say from young, because again, from young, you know, I'd want to be in all the latest fashion and things like that. And, you know, I've always had the eye to kind of put different bits together. But then again, I still wanted to be separate. So, for example, I have a hat on and I'd want my name on my hat. So I'd have a New Era hat. Everyone's got a New Era hat, but I don't want the same white one that you've got. I want a different one. It may even be a bit of paint or something like that, just to bring it out, just to separate it from the rest, because I don't like to blend in at all. I like to stand out from the rest of them. So in regards to the creativity, I've had that from young, I could say, definitely. And it started with dressing. It started with how I would dress myself, and then now we're here, we're doing bed sheets, and different concepts come from how I dress and what I see in the everyday world and things like that. So I just look at myself, and then ideas come out.
How did you develop that in, I mean, I'm assuming here, where is it you was born and raised?
So I was born in Jamaica,
Okay.
cool. But my name's Sipo, South African. It means gift. I
Okay.
don't know in it, but it works. You know what I'm saying? It works.
So whereabouts in Jamaica was you born at?
Kingston.
Okay, and how would you say, what age was you when you came over?
I was here for about 4 or 5.
So how would you say that affected you, and did it affect you?
Nah.
Didn't really feel that you had the Jamaican influence?
Nah, because you came here so young, and then I've been here ever since. Obviously back and forth from home, but you're here. This is your reality. This becomes your reality. The UK, London, this is your reality. No matter where you're born or whatever, this is your reality. If I was still living in Jamaica, that would be my reality. And that's kind of it didn't really
And
have
whereabouts in London did you move to?
Well, I was originally from Northwest, to be fair.
Okay.
Stonebridge. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Originally
cool.
Stonebridge.
I
but
understand the
then
critical link now.
from Stonebridge, it was then straight west.
So you grew up in Northwest. We're not going to get into the depths of Stonebridge, but we understand Stonebridge as an area and a reputation of that area. And it's not every day, I'm sure you'd agree, that someone comes out of Stonebridge and has a brilliant business mindset, takes business very seriously. I mean, one thing I've noticed about you just from today is you pay a lot of attention to detail, which I think is an important trait in business.
Yeah.
How did you deal with being in that situation and transforming? Because to me, you seem like you've come out of a situation and taken the good from it.
I wouldn't say I've come from Stonebridge because I was still young,
Okay.
like 5, 6, 7, and then from there I've moved to West. and then literally, you know, from the age of 9, 10, then literally I'm West, you know, so from Shepherd's Bush. But in regards, I've had good people around me, bad people around me, but you know, you can only learn off them and take the positive out of every situation, no matter if it's bad. You take the positive from that bad situation and then you crack on, just do you. That's it. So no matter what was around me, I'm not saying I'm a goody two shoes, I'm far from it. Do you know what I mean? I've grown up around stuff, I've done stuff myself. It is what it is. But if you don't take anything from that, that's where you got the problem. If you do take something from it, then you're on your way. And that's all it is. Life's about a learning curve, you know? So regardless of who you're around or whatever, if you decide you're gonna make that change, then it's on you. You know, like things happen, I decided, well, that's not for me no more. I'm gonna go left. It was hard. Cracked on and I'm here now. I'm selling bed sheets, I'm selling cotton.
What would you say helped you keep that focus? Because I definitely agree it isn't easy, especially today, especially nowadays, day and age.
Yeah.
With the amount of distractions that are out there, with what people are surrounded by. What's kept you focused? Because you seem very, very tunnel vision.
Honestly, I think my family, as well as I've got something to prove to myself, that I can do it. No matter who I'm around, no matter what I'm around, I can do it. You're not telling me I can't. You're not telling me I have to do that or I have to. I can do it. So the first point is I've got to prove it to myself. Don't have to prove it to anyone else. I've got to prove it to myself. And from when I'm good, everything else is going to be good. And that's it. And that's what I live by. Simple as that.
So how long has Mr Duvets and My Duvets been going now?
My Duvets about 4.5 years now.
Okay.
And then Mr Duvets only a year and a bit now.
So talk us through the journey. So you've come on the market, and at the end of the day, I'm assuming the market is generally dominated by your Dreams and those kind of brands, and the brands that are quite well known within bed interior, etc., etc. What have you faced to come into that industry?
How can I sum this up? Right. So we've got two things. So we've got the hood and the good. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So the hood is guys like myself, obviously born in the hood, and
Yeah.
you know I'm from the hood. But there's things that are in the hood that people like bed sheets. Like
Yeah.
people don't like the plain bed sheets. So I'd call that the good. So
Okay.
you've got your stereotypical modern, you know, family that, you know, let's go John Lewis.
Yeah.
Because that's what that is. Let's go John Lewis. But John Lewis is not giving you his and hers. John Lewis isn't giving you Sally and Peter. John Lewis isn't giving you Just Married and things like that. So
And that's just
I'm the
that's
go-between.
on the actual sheets.
And that's on the actual sheets. So they're giving you obviously your silks, your Egyptian cottons, like you can get anything from John Lewis. However, they haven't got what I've got, and that's what makes me separate. So for example, if you, prime example, Conan, yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out to Conan. So Conan, you know, we spoke and his bedsheet he wanted was me and your girl.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that in John Lewis.
Shout out to Conan.
Yeah, do you understand? Like, you're not gonna get that in John Lewis. So I'm the go-between because I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Me and your girl.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So without talking,
Yeah.
the bed sheets are doing the talking for you.
So, and sorry to interject, but for me, it like, and this is how it was when we first met.
Yeah.
I think I was amazed, but I was confused. And the reason I was
Yeah.
confused because I felt that has no one thought of this. That was more my thing.
Yeah.
Has no one thought of this? Has no one done this in any way, shape, or form?
I think it's fair to say that people have done it,
Okay.
but then coming from where I'm coming from, it's not the normal thing what people do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We either open up, I don't know, restaurants or I
Yeah.
don't know, cafes
Yeah.
or rental company, clothing brand, things like that. But selling duvets, and again, it was hard for me, you know, going to my, you know, my boys and saying, look, man, I got these sheets in it, like just. Do you understand? Let's say, oh, sorry, this bad man sending sheets from his boot, but they couldn't see the vision what I could see. They couldn't see where I was going, so I've had to force them, not verbally, but through my vision and through my product, to where now I'm here and the product speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean? It's doing what it needs to be doing. I've got a very long way to go, but to where I've got to now to make my stamp, I'm happy with where I've got to now in regards to changing people's views on bed sheets and these China thing or whatever. Do you understand? So it's, you know, it's different now where the product is respected,
Yeah.
and it is going to go a very long way, definitely.
It's interesting you say you've got a long way to go, 'cause I was going to ask, what would you say your aim is with this? I mean, for me, as you said, there's the hood and the good, and I love the way you described that.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it as like there's two different ways to do, and I think this is most business ventures.
Yeah.
There's the way to be. Some brands are ideally for the quote unquote hood, and you can dominate the hood, and that's all it's meant to be because you can make the millions off of the hood.
Yeah.
Some brands you would need to go commercial as well as the hood, and some brands are just for commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you kind of see where do you see Duvets?
Right. Prime example. We've got. I would see Duvets on a high street like I don't know, Bond Street.
Okay.
Yeah, with the high brands like John Lewis and Selfridges and things like that. Even if it's a concession in this place, Harvey Nichols, I can see it there because we've got both. So we've got, I don't know, Laura, who's looking for something just a bit, tasteful, traditional for her partner. I don't know, called 49 years old. Cool.
Yeah.
We've got some lovely silk material here. We can do some initials. We can do it in gold for you, and we can embroider that for you, and we can also gift wrap that for you, and we can also deliver that for you. So that's the difference. And then we've got the hood, if that's what you want to call it, where I want my girls a painting. You're not getting that on the high street now, but I can give you that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? My ex don't rate me. Whatever you do, that's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between going to these high street stores and what you can get from there, and even Primark or whatever. If you notice, like everyone's trying to come back to kind of where it's at, because in regards to everyone from the hood, if that's what you want to call it, they're going commercial. They're getting big deals now. They're doing, they're doing major stuff. Like, let's take the artists for prime example. Even like the collaborations across the world and things like that. They, the doors and the gates are opening. But in regards to what you've got to offer, that's also very, very, very important with what you've got to offer your market and got to offer the world.
So how do you plan to get yourself on Bond Street, on these high streets? How do you envision yourself getting there?
We've got plans definitely in place. And again, it's just a stepping stone. Nothing before its time, definitely. And you just got to kind of, do a lot of research. And I do a lot of research. Like, there'll be times I'm going to bed at 3, 4 in the morning. I'm not just I'm doing research on how I can get there, because sometimes it's not just about working hard, it's about working smart. Nowadays, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. So in regards to that, okay, cool. Can I get to the John Lewis if I go to this banquet with a reggae source guy, so I can get in there with, the big man there?
Definitely.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Instead of going through this, okay, let me send an email. How much emails do they get a day? Like, think about it. How much emails do they get a day? People trying to put their product in there. So for me, it's about working smart. Definitely got a plan in place. And I tell you now, watch out for my Duvets and Mr Duvets. I'm telling you.
Would you say, because you're very switched on, I think that goes without saying, and again, it's something that I noticed straight away. And when I come across people that way, I find there's usually one of two ways they're like that, maybe three. It's either you naturally like that, and you just have people that were pretty much born out of the womb hustling. You've got people who kind of learnt from the quote unquote streets and are converting it to the boardroom. And then you've got people who are very textbook, i.e. mindset training, personal development, growth, etc., etc. Where would you say you sort of fit within there?
Without saying too much, I think I've learnt from the pavement and brought into the corporate world. And I'm glad it's happened like that. And I wasn't born in the corporate world, because I would be struggling. 100% I'll be struggling.
What makes you say that?
Because within the corporate world, they try to kind of white collar you, if you wording and things like that. But because you're coming from the road, he's trying to jerk me, man, or he's trying to kind of cover that up by using that word or whatever. So you break it down. Do you know what I mean? Where if I was in that world, I don't think I would break it down. Because coming from the road, you're around everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, things are happening consistently every single day. But with that, I'm glad where I've come from, because then I appreciate both worlds as well. Do you know what I mean? So I've experienced what's going on here. I know what the people want. I know what the demand is, and the hood is hot. That's it. Like, this is what's going on. The hood is hot. Corporate's cool and everything else is cool, but the hood is hot. But it's about taking it from the hood and making something of it. For me personally, anyway, everyone's got their own visions, but for me personally, you've taken something from the hood and you've made it good. Now it's global. Now it's international. Now you're doing sales all around the world. Not just in Northwest or in North London or in South London. You're actually making sales globally. What are we in it for? Are we in it just to do north, east, south, west, or are we in it to make it happen? Do you understand? So that's the thing you got to tell yourself. What are you in it for? Simple as that. And if you don't know, you need to get to know. And if you do know, you got to just make it work. Simple as that.
No, 100%. What's a day in the life like of someone who owns a duvet company? Like, that's just something that really amazes me. And the reason why we say this is conversations worth having is because this is something I would genuinely ask you. What is that like? Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're sitting here and you're in a nice, very nice quality shirt, nice quality tie, nice, very nice office, might I say, and a nice environment. I won't say where we are, but I know the rents aren't cheap.
Yeah.
So what did that consist of?
I'll be honest, it's good in a sense, because when orders come in, you don't know what's going to come in, and I can't kind of post things or get the guys to post things what actually do come in. But it's interesting because it's unique to you. We don't know what email is going to come in tomorrow. We don't know what they want to actually put on that duvet. We don't know what materials they want to make. There's stuff that I haven't even made before that people might ask me for. Okay, could you put that with that? And it's like, oh my gosh, that's going to look mental. Like, this is actually sick. So you get excited to make it, to bring their vision and their kind of dream to life, to where all you've done is taken something from a piece of paper or black and white and you've actually made it a reality. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference. But in the day, it, you know, it's cool. Some days it's like, man, I kick myself and it's like, I'm actually selling duvets. Because sometimes it's not like, it, you know, like it is surreal because it is duvets. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see this how many years ago. Do you know what I mean? But I'm here now. I'm enjoying it. It's good. And there's so much more to come.
Have you always enjoyed it? What I'm assuming, like anything, I mean, I'm a man who always believes that the struggle comes before the shine. So what was the struggle? Was it getting people to buy into the fact that it's duvets? Was it, what was the obstacle?
So that's something I've never been struggling. And the only reason why I say I've never been struggling because I've always believed in it. So it's your mindset. I know it's going to pop. You can't tell me it's not going to pop. I know it's going to pop. Do you understand? And that's the confidence I have and the mindset I have. So if I'm pushing my product, I'm not struggling. I'm just saying it's a matter of time before it pops. I may not have the financial backing or whatever, blah, blah, blah. However, I know about my product and I will stand by my product. And this is what we're doing, innit? We're moving. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say, you know, that I have been struggling or whatever, because it's part of the journey. It's not all going to happen swimmingly. And you look at other people, I don't know, you know, Jay-Z or whoever these guys, they've all been through struggle. So everyone, what's the difference with me? Do you understand? I'm going to face obstacles. So
what are those obstacles? What have been the obstacles? Give me an example.
Right. Prime example, okay, my first pop-up shop, years ago was in St Albans, So obviously I'm there, you know, not going to pull the race card, but I was there. And then literally they put me in the corner next to a bin, next to a bin, And they gave me a plank of wood and told me to set up shop there, So for me, I struggle to sell my duvets because I'm next to a bin. No one ain't coming next to the bin. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So how did I get around that? I was annoyed for about 20 minutes, half hour. But I said to myself, okay, cool. They put me by the bin because one, they don't know me. They put me by the bin because I haven't been here before. They put me by the bin because they haven't seen my product before. They put me by the bin because I'm just a small fry. I'm just one guy coming. I haven't set up. I've got no banners. I've got nothing. And I've come here and I'm trying to say I want front pitch. It's not happening. So I took that, said, okay, cool, Seeps, you've got to develop that now. So no one ain't putting me by the bin now. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm grateful that they put me by the bin because I'm saying from that bin, I'm not going there again. So I got to work hard to go as far away from this bin as possible. And that's all it's been for me.
Do you know why I think that's very important? Because I think it's so easy for people, especially when they're starting a craft, especially nowadays. I mean, we live in a day and age where everyone wants everything overnight. And I feel that when people come across a situation, and I like the way you emphasize the bin because I can tell what that bin meant to you. And it represents much more than the bin, I can tell.
Serious.
When people have their bin situation, a lot of people have one or two reactions. They either do give up the cliche way, or it's almost taken so personally that you damage yourself and self-destruct. Because you get in your feeling of thinking, he had me in the bin.
Exactly.
And I like what you've done with that, and it seems like that's
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, the way you've just expressed that, seems like that's kind of become a motivation, that bin situation.
Yeah, literally, you cannot put me near a bin now. No, I'm not having it. No. That's what I'm trying to say. But
I want to be the furthest away from the bin. in this
do you understand? But with that, I've had to work hard. Seriously,
Yeah.
I've had to convince people that this is where it's at. That this is what we're doing. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Like, we're not doing nothing normal. We're not, we're changing it. Bedroom, like even the slogans for my duvets, we make sleeping exciting, because we do. We want you to feel. So with that, we're not even selling you a product. We're selling you the experience. We're selling you the journey. Like, we're selling you the process. Do you know what I mean? The product comes last for me. Do you know what I mean? You've now designed it. Okay, you thought of something, you've designed it, you've put it on paper, you sent it across, you don't know how it's gonna look, and then boom, you get your delivery, and it's exactly how you envisioned it. Do you know what I mean? So it's the process that we're selling. It's the experience.
I can tell straight away you love the journey.
Yeah,
which I
definitely.
think is very important.
Definitely.
What would you say? I mean, if I was to limit you to say, let's say 3 goals for yourself and for Mr Duvets and my duvets, short term, 3 to 5 years, what would you say they are?
Win, win, win.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Nah,
That's it.
I'm speechless.
That's it. Literally, that's it. That's all you can do is win. That's it. There's either first place or second place, but second place you're the first loser. You have to win. And I'm in my own lane, and that's the thing. You got to stay in your own lane. When you stay in your own lane, you'll always come first. Don't cross over. Stay in your lane. That's it. I'm staying in my lane. I'm winning. That's it. And it's not arrogance. It's not whatever. I'm just confident in myself and confident in my product, and I'm willing to work hard to take it to that level. That's it.
Do you have a team, or is it just yourself?
No, I do have a team, very small team as well, but I've got the guys that do all the printing for me, and I've just kind of got a PA on now and things like that. So she's, going through the motions and learning things and things like that. And, in time, I hopefully do have a big team. Do you know what I mean? And, we can expand and say, right, we're going to do a My Duvets, I don't know, New York or whatever, and set up like a flagship store there or something like that. So there's massive plans on the table, but one step at a time.
Talking about massive plans,
Yeah.
There's obviously a reason that we came to meet you in the first place.
Cool.
Which was obviously a big shout out to Critical, very good friend of mine, who put us in touch. And the main reason why we got put in touch was, I'll let you speak more so about it, was obviously a collaboration rather between Grow Daily and Mr Duvets, My Duvets. So tell us a little bit more about that and your feeling towards it.
Okay. Definitely shout out to Crits. But with that is mindset. I'm very strong on mindset. I'm very strong on what you put out there, is what you get back. I'm very strong with, it starts from the bedroom, it ends in the bedroom, literally. So for me, I had to do a motivational range, because if you're looking at your pillowcases and it says, I don't know, on a Monday, motivation, then you're looking at it, you're going to get up and you're going to motivate yourself. Tuesday it may say success, Thursday it may say determination, Sunday it may say grateful, whatever it is. But what I'm trying to do is bring the bedding into reality with mindset, because how you wake up, that's how you start your day. If you wake up annoyed, pissed off, pardon my French, you're going to continue your day pissed off, you're going to be annoyed. If you look at your duvets and it's saying something motivational, if you're uplifting yourself in the morning, you're gonna start the day on that's it. There's no stopping you. Literally, that is it. Unless you're a person that literally wakes up every day and gets it done, then cool, salute you. But there are some people out there that do need that pick me up and do need that get up to say, okay, cool, this reminds me every day. That's why we have like mood boards. So you put stuff up there and you say, okay, cool, that reminds me that I need to work hard because I want the Lambo. That reminds me that I want the chopper, blah, blah, blah. But if you're looking at your sheets, it may have a quote that's personal to you. When you see that every morning, you're getting up and you're making it work. But you need something to, get you going. So obviously speaking to yourself and, you've got the motivational platform or things like that, then, it's only right we make it happen.
What motivates you? I mean, I can definitely tell you've got an internal motivation. I mean, one thing I will ask you, do you look to anything else for external motivation, or are you one of those people that I'm just motivated all the time?
I am, but it's what you put yourself around as well. People say they're blessed and it means different things. Me, I'm blessed because of who I'm around, who I interact with every day, we've all grown up with how many friends, but I'm blessed enough that the ones that I've grown up with are now out of my circle or movement. I'm blessed that they are, because who I've got now, that's what it is. So you can turn to the right and you know you've got that man there doing what he's doing, and he's got companies, he's taking care of family and things. That's a motivation because he's actually making this work. Do you understand? He's a family man, he's getting it done. You look to the left, this guy's got his business and it's moving, it's making millions, it's doing what it needs to do. That's motivation in itself. I can always look at, the motivational kind of YouTubes and things like that, but I've got it on an everyday basis with people that are around me that want to succeed. They're not settling. Do you understand? And that's the problem. You get to a point where you feel to yourself, okay, cool, I've made that, that's it, done. But the people that I'm around, they want more. They always want more. They're hungry, they're greedy. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I like. So they push me, I push them, and we make it happen. All of us will be at the top sometime soon.
And you mentioned obviously people waking up in the morning, and obviously without being biased, I think it's a brilliant concept.
Yeah.
With Mr Duvets and Grow Daily.
You're way too nice.
I think it's great. I think the reason I genuinely do think it's great, with or without my involvement in Grow Daily, is just more so because I just think it's genius. I think the idea of waking up, how you've just said, like me waking up to, I'm very big on vision boards. I'm very big on screenshots, wallpapers, on every platform, wherever it is I'm looking. My goals are throughout my day, everywhere.
Yeah.
Again, I'm very similar to you in the sense of my motivation is to the left and right of me as well as online, but it's to the left and right of me every day.
Yeah.
And I think that's brilliant. In regards to the morning, we're big believers on Grow Daily that the morning is crucial to your day. How do you start your day generally?
Well, now I'm trying to gym thing still. So
Okay.
trying to gym thing, But I try to do different things. But most importantly for me, even if I do wake up at 12, if I wake up at 7, I have to wake up in a positive mood because that will then determine my outcome. So it doesn't matter if I sleep all day and I wake up. I just have to wake up with that mindset that okay, cool, today's a beautiful day. I'm here and we're gonna make it work and we're gonna get it right. That's it. We got this, and I'm out. Literally, I'm out. But for me, I have to kind of keep challenging myself and forcing myself to, even if it's bad. But my thing is, if it's bad for 20 minutes. It's still bad, regardless if you moan for 3 days, 4 days, it's still gonna be bad, isn't it? So my rule is, I soak for 20 minutes, hour max, and whoever knows me, I'm a soaker, innit? I do that, do you understand?
Yeah.
But 20 minutes, an hour max, and you've got to continue.
Yeah.
That's it, you've got to keep it going. So even if I wake up annoyed or whatever, it's only for the hour. If I leave my house annoyed, it's not gonna be a good day. I have to leave my house on positive spirits and then hit the road and make it happen. And that's all it is.
I like that, man. I mean, if you was to say, let's say, again, I don't like to sort of dawn on us not being here anymore, but we all got to leave this earth at one point and one time. What would you like to be known for? Firstly, as Sipo, what would you like to be remembered for?
The guy that changed the duvet game.
I like that because I was going to ask you what would you like Duvets to be known for. So you kind of
the guy that changed the duvet game, because with the, like, it can go so far. Do you know what I mean? Like now, like even concepts that I think of and things like that. Do you know what? There's something behind you there. Throw that there. There's a case behind you. Yeah, that there. Throw that there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you actually about this. How?
So
that's the special cloth.
So for example, we got this here. So we got a pillowcase, yeah.
Okay.
Sexy material. Do you understand? Soft. Feel that. Go on. Feel that. Yeah.
Special
okay,
cloth.
Cool. Special cloth. Yeah. So it's that special cloth talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. So you've got a pillowcase, yeah. Right. Walk with me, yeah. You're in your house. You're laying down. You're with your partner. It's about to go down. So, for me, I'm thinking, okay, cool. What's the worst thing that happens? You got to get up and you got to go to the drawer. We all know what that means. Okay,
as a guy, obviously.
As a guy, we all know what that means. Even girls though, they get up and go to the drawer. You know.
True.
All right, cool. They get up and go to the drawer.
True.
So with that, now I'm saying, okay, cool. What else can we do? So again, this is a pillowcase. So what we've done is now we've put a pocket here. So what we've got here is your condom pocket.
Absolutely.
So what we're doing now is we're practicing safe sex, but we're still stylish. And we've saved time. Because in the peak of the moment, you might do something very, very silly.
Right,
and we've all been there.
Can we just,
do you understand?
Let's take a few steps back. Because
all right, cool.
Too fast for my team here as
all
well.
right, cool.
All right, so this is a pillowcase.
This here is a pillowcase.
Okay,
yeah?
and it's got pockets within the pillowcase. So I mean, you're getting to the exciting parts now. What sort of other cool stuff can you do within pillowcases?
Anything.
This is a pocket. I've never seen that myself.
Endless now. Like literally, this is the from the Safe Sex collection. Shout out Durex, I'm coming for you. You know,
Get
Safe
that-
Sex
get that check,
collection.
get that
Do you
check.
understand? So with that, it's just normal situations, normal movements. You understand?
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Practical, yeah.
Like, I don't want to get up, or it's long, or
Yeah.
I don't want to go into it too much. But do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm trying to say? All right, cool. Don't worry, babe. It's fine. Then you just draw for the pocket now. Then
Wow.
you're there.
So was this
You're still in
design-
pole position.
Was
Do you
this
understand?
designed by Mr Duvets, My Duvets? Did a client ask for this? How did that come about?
So basically, a client that I had, he's got his new house. Literally, bachelor, Paddy saying, Seeps, look, just do what you got to do. I need it flamboyant. I need it extra. I need it over the top. I said, cool. He's a playboy. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, of course.
No problem. So I've said, all right, cool. He's got loads of females around him and X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. This is perfect, my friend. This is for you. Do you understand? So
I definitely want to get some focus on this to the camera team, because I feel like the world needs to see this product. You know, the world definitely needs to see this product. I think it's a brilliant concept. So what I mean, the things you've done for clients, what sort of been, minus this, has there been any other mad ones? Any other?
This one here, we got like zips and stuff, or we can put remote controls in the side of the duvet covers and zip it up, because 9 times out of 10 we normally lose it or it falls on the floor. We're looking for the remote, things like that. So literally you have the duvet here, you put zips at the side of the pockets, or even pockets with velcros, whatever the client wants. Remote controls goes in the side of it, done, dusted.
And just to confirm, is this only for, because I don't want someone to watch this and think it's not accessible for them, is this only for affluent clientele, or is this accessible? What sort of, I don't know if you want to put yourself in that position, but what sort of starting level would someone
Nah,
have?
well, obviously there's levels to this. So in regards to that, we've got something for everybody.
Okay.
So my duvet starts off at like £20 a pillowcase. Do you know what I mean? So it's affordable. Do you know what I mean? But then we go up, and then
is
we
it all
keep
tailored
going
to
up.
budget, is it?
It's all tailored to budget. So whatever you want, it's just like anywhere, innit? Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You know, you want quality products. So instead of you buying the Levi jeans, you might buy a Balmain jean because you think it's, you know, a better product, it's a better quality and things like that. Not saying that the Levi jeans ain't going to do the same thing. It's going to do exactly the same thing. But you just want that better, and you've got the budget that you can then stretch to the Balmain level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've got the My Duvets where, you know, we can all live. And then you've got this where it's endless. It's literally endless. You know, prices could exceed to thousands. Do you know what I mean? It just depends on what you want.
Have you had, obviously I know you mentioned Conan, have you had any celebrities, any famous people that people may know of that you've done work for?
We've done quite well, to be fair. We've had, we've had Conan, we've had Crep, we've had Giggs, Callum Bess, we've had Ryan Bailey, sorry. We've had C Biz, Fredo. We've had quite a bit, to be fair, you know. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we've definitely had quite a bit.
And how much of a part has social media played for you?
Social media has been definitely big for us. Reason being because it's not what you see on your everyday feed. So us popping up on your feed, people are kind of intrigued. They're like, okay, cool, what is this? Okay, cool, that says my name. That says bad bitch. That says homie. That says Carlos. That says take me. Do you know what I mean? So people are actually intrigued. And how we kind of position ourselves is our images that we put out has to hit. Do you know what I mean? Like each post means something. So it's not like we're just posting just to post. No, you don't post just to post. Every post has to count. Every post has to make sense. So it's very programmed until, you know, we are at the level where we can comfortably just be just posting just to entertain people, but we're doing numbers elsewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here, every post makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So what we're putting out to our audience and things like that plays a massive part, definitely. And obviously we've got our online audience and things like that as well.
Cool. One last thing that is definitely on my mind as well is that a lot of personal services like this, for example, people would try and avoid getting an office just to cut down the overheads. How important do you find it to have a base like this? Because I don't see this as an average office. Does it play a part? Does it not?
Yes and no. I've got other businesses as well, hence why I'm here anyway, with my business partners and things like that. But this particular business, my own, which I own, it plays a part, but people want it in the comfort of their own home. And that's where you can kind of exercise a bit more and kind of flex your muscles a bit and get to know the client. You can go to their house and, you know, if they got loads of tweed, you'll be like, okay, we can focus on tweed, or you may feel like changing the tweed. Do you know what I mean? But when you go to their home, you'll be able to see exactly how they live. You see exactly what colours they've got. If they've got loads of orange, you just go straight to your yellows, your reds, your oranges, your
Yeah.
whatever. So you know kind of what you're breaking down to them, to where when you come to the office, it's like a blank canvas. You're like, okay, cool. Well, what colour do you like? What
Yeah.
da-da-da. But when you do go to the client's house, you're observing everything once you go through the door anyway.
Yeah.
So you're summing up before you even sit down. You've got your examples and everything, but
Yeah.
you know, okay, cool. I've seen that lampshade. That may work well in a cushion with a couple frilly bits. I don't know, a lock, a key. Who knows? You know what I mean?
So you are pretty much an interior designer as well, really, when you really break it down.
I don't know. You gave me the name, you know.
No,
so
I mean, the
I
reason
may
I
take
say
it.
that is because if it was just a service, you would just do what you're asked to do.
Yeah.
And I think that is the value within what I've learned today. I think aside of that, you've definitely showcased something that I hope, and I'm quite confident that our platform, our audience, and whoever does get to watch this, will have their eyes open to something that people definitely haven't thought of, bro. So
Yeah,
I'll definitely take my hats off to you in saying that it's a brilliant concept.
Thank you, thank
We
you, sir.
definitely wish you all the best with it. We're going to be a part of the growth of it anyway.
Yeah.
Look out for obviously our collaboration that we're going to do, which I think is going to be
I'm
amazing.
excited about that one. Definitely.
And where can they sort of find out more information about you?
So
and
literally
the brand.
all the kind of, you know, the website, mrduvets.com, myduvets.com, social media platforms, we're on all of them, Twitters, Instagram, Facebooks, you know, we've got My Duvets, literally, and Mr Duvets. So we've got both, so you can check those out and kind of get inspired by the images that are there, so you can just get your own done, literally.
Cool. One thing I'd love you to do today is just to end this interview with the slogan, because I love you guys' slogan and we haven't said it throughout this interview. What's the slogan of Mr Duvets, bro?
So Mr Duvets is to sleep is luxury, okay? So what I mean by to sleep is luxury is that we're grafting every single day, like every day, round the clock, no sleep, no nothing, like nothing at all, yeah? So when we do achieve and finally gain what we've grafted for, the car, the house, the wife, you know, the kids, whatever it is, sleep then becomes a real luxury. So you end up saying, oh, I could just kill for 5 minutes, boy. It's too busy. It's that. I can kill for 20 minutes. When you're in the jet, okay, cool. How long is it going to be to get to there? 45 minutes? All right, cool. I can sleep for half hour. So that then becomes a real luxury. So where we've got this here, to sleep is luxury. And that's what I mean by that. My name's Sipo, and I'm the CEO and founder of Mr Duvets and My Duvets, and I'm the one to watch.
Come on.